All right, everybody, ready to rumble. I want to talk a little bit today about the power of YouTube. So let's jump into it and show you how to use this amazing tool as a way to really build your business. You ready? Let's go. All right, so we've got I was listening to music on the way to work this morning and listening to some upbeat stuff, and I like to get some energy going, have music that inspires me and gets me excited when I'm working and when I'm working on my business and when I want to have some kind of new ideas flowing and stuff. So I'll usually listen to some kind of uh, music that'll really get get the blood pumping. And so as I was listening to that, I thought, that might be a good way to begin our discussion today. So what I want to talk about is using YouTube to your advantage. And we're not going to be talking today about creating your own videos. What I'm going to discuss is how can we get others to share our website on their channel. Okay. And there are a lot of options with this, and it can be one of the best things to do for your website. So first, let's go back and just check a little bit here, and that's another thing that I wanted to look at that I didn't get a chance to prepare here for today, but I was going to go in and put the search engine ranking positionings for my website today and show you what's happened. So let's just look real quick at some of the stats this week, just so you can kind of see the power of what I'm talking about here. So I'm going to go into my stat counter and pull up a graph here to look at for Viper Sharp. And I wish I could show this chart bigger, but I don't think we have an option for that in here. So no worries. What I'm going to do is we're going to change this to a line graph so we can see it in lines there. And so we can see something happened on Monday, right? Something big happened right there on Monday, and I got this huge spike of traffic. And if we look at let's look at 2 weeks here. So at a 2-week period, we can see that I was averaging around 30 to 35 visitors a day. Nothing, spectacular. 30 to 35 visits a day, over 100 visits per day on average, or not views, page views. So those are the page views, the green there. Oops. So was averaging over 100 page views, around a third of that for visitors, 30 or 35 visitors a day, which is not too bad. I'd like to see more traffic than that, of course, but the comparison there, seeing 3 times the page views compared to the unique visits is really good. That's generally what we want to see. And then Monday, whoa, what happened there? All of a sudden I've got double, or not double, many times more on the traffic. I got 193 visits that day, almost 200 visitors, 645 page views. I mean, just huge action on the site there. Tuesday, it came down to about half that with 100, and then it started going down a little bit. But we had something happen there, right? Now, if we go back and look at, let's do an 8-week, 2-month period here, we can see several of those spikes. And so every time I do something big to market my site, I'm seeing these huge spikes in traffic to the site. That helps me recognize what's giving me awareness, what's building the awareness for my site, and what's occurring there. Now, of course, I know what I did on this date. I've got that in my journal. If we go back and look at my marketing journal on my spreadsheet that I keep, which I talked about in the previous webinars. So let me just go back here and remind you guys where you're going to see these webinars when I have these recorded. You'll come into the webinars by topic and go to the marketing section. And right down under here, we have active marketing. They'll all be titled that. Everything in this series where I'm showing you active things that I'm doing, looking at my stats, what I'm actually doing with marketing, that's going to be shown right here under the marketing section, starting with this title, active marketing. Okay, so that's the series. So in these two here, I talk about some of the tools to get started, some of the organization. So make sure that you have looked at that and you're using those. Okay. So I have a journal that I started here and showed that, hey, on 2/20, I've got this mass drop thing that started. That's what happened here on Monday. This was the massdrop.com featured my product, and I sold 50 plus of my product through 4 or 5 days there from massdrop. And so had some pretty good sales through that and a lot of traffic coming to my website, so it was more awareness. These spikes over here are going to be related to YouTube videos. So here we've got February 1st was a YouTube video that was created and put up about my website. So let's go look for that, and we can actually see a history here and see what happened on that date. So if I just do a search for Viper Sharp and filters, let's look at what is it? Let's see. It doesn't give sort by relevance, sort by upload date. All right, 3 weeks ago, Epic Snuggle Bunny. Interesting name. I talked to the guy about why he chose that name, but he posted a video for me. And so that was January 31st. Well, does that coincide with my spike over here? The very next day, yes. So February 1st, I got a spike of traffic. Now, he posted that. I thought it was kind of interesting. I was up late, and it doesn't show the time here, but it was midnight or 12:30 in the morning or something like that. Well, it must have been just before midnight, I guess, because it's January 31st, but we didn't start getting traffic until the following day when people started waking up and looked at his channel. And so a huge amount of traffic. So we can come in here and I can put a note in here of, I'm going to just say 2/1 Epic Snuggle Bunny video. And we'll just say 1 a.m. is when that was posted. It was actually the day before, but that's okay. And then what did it do to my visitors? Well, I had 168 unique visitors from that and 553 page views. 168, 553. So this gives me, the result on that day of what happened and then the action of what I did. Okay. Now, if we go back and look at my stats, there was another one here on with 165 unique views. So Thursday, the 19th of January. Well, most likely that was another video that was put up. That one's from me. That one's from me. That one probably wasn't that. I'll bet it was this guy right here, Drop Forge Survival. So it's this one I'm thinking. So if we go in and look at this, we can see, sure enough, January 19th, he posted that. And so that was a Drop Forge Survival video. So we go back here and on 1/19, not going to worry about the time on that. And so that coincides right here, right? 19th. So 165 and 537. So 165 and 537. Is that what it was? 5:37. So here I can track what I'm doing and did it give me any immediate results, and then I can, long-term results are a little bit harder to find and understand, but I could also look at my sales history and find out, did I have any sales this week or the next couple weeks after that? If I did and I hadn't had sales prior to the video, then I can attribute those sales to this drop forward survival video. Okay. Now, the great thing about these things, even Mass Drop, Epic Snuggle Bunny, Drop Forge, whatever is put up on those websites, on those other sites, stays there. It's not going away. You get featured on a blog, on a video, on any other website, that content is always there. It's going to stay there forever unless something catastrophic happens to those businesses and they get taken down for some reason, or they close shop or whatever. But even when YouTube video guys stop doing their videos, they don't necessarily take those videos down. They stay up there. They just stop adding new stuff. Okay. And of course, the best way for a YouTube video to work effectively for anybody's channel, if this guy wants to have more subscribers, build a subscriber and use it as a business, then he wants to be continually putting content up there. So if we go look at this particular user, this is one I found this morning. We can see that his last, well, that's not necessarily the last, that's his featured video. Let's look at his videos here. And we can see, yep, it was his last. So his last video was 7 months ago. Before that, it was a month before that. And then, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He had, 11 the month before. And then the next month he only did 1. And now he hasn't done anything for 7 months. That's not very good for his business. If he wants to get consistent traffic, he needs to do continual activity there. And so we want to find people when we're looking for somebody to feature us. We want to find somebody who is active, who is currently doing listings. This guy, for example, here with Drop Forge Survival, we look at his videos, and he's very active. He's got 36,000 subscribers and climbing. A day ago he did one. 2 days ago he did another one. 4 days ago, 1 week ago. So every few days he's putting up a new video. He's really working YouTube well. He's doing a good job. This is something where he's probably making money from YouTube because he's got such a following that he can get affiliate marketing going on there now and make money with this. Now, probably not making his full-time living at it, I would assume, with only 36,000 views or subscribers, but he's doing pretty good. So that's somebody that I want to have my product on. I want him to feature my product. And so sure enough, he did. He was willing to take that, and I gave him a free product, and he took it and did a nice little video there to discuss it, and I got traffic from it. Okay, so it's nice to be able to see that, to see what's happening and look at your stats there. But what we want to talk about today, I've gone too long with the intro here already, but we want to see, how do we do that? How do we make that happen? So let's go look at the start of it. So this same document I have where I have my journal, I have a contact list here. And what I've done is I've gone out and looked for YouTube channels, and I subscribe to their channel. I make, I copy a link to it. I put notes about how many subscribers they have, what their channel name is, if I have a contact name, when did I contact them last, which I haven't been real great at because I know I have contacted, like this one here. I just sent him a system today. And so I need to put that note in there so that I have a little bit of documentation of what's happening. This guy says he wants to see a wider variety of stones. You might get some people to say they want to see more on your site. So I'll get back to him later when I have more to show. That doesn't mean I'm not going to work on building promotions in other ways. Okay, this was the guy with the Epic Snuggle Bunny that did an interview with me and did a video. So I put some notes here, and then what I'm going to gather when I look at these websites, I want to see how many subscribers do they have. And that's the first thing I'm going to look at to decide, is it something I want to do? I was doing a little research today on knife grinds just to educate myself on the different grinds and understand what people think about these grinds and how they're used and whatnot. And so I found this guy through that. If I come over here, I can see this guy's channel. Here's another one. And he's got this video that talks about a Scandi grind versus a convex grind in wood cutting. And so he's showing something about knives. Well, he's got 45,000 subscribers. This video was put up in 2013. So does he have any current stuff? So that's what I'm going to be looking at here is, what does he have currently up? And let me pull up some notes here, and we'll create a document. I will add this to the webinar. So you guys should get, once I add this, you should get an email. If you're registered for the live webinars, you'll get an email about this document. If you're not, just register right in here. If you just come in here, if you're watching this on the recording, just come in and register for the active marketing and analytics, and you'll have access to all of these documents that I'm creating. So we're going to call this getting YouTube reviews. All right, so first step, we'll put some bullet points here. Watch a lot of YouTube. Okay, and I'm serious about that. You guys you've got to have a little bit of fun with this. You got to loosen up. You got to relax and enjoy life and enjoy your niche and get comfortable with anything related to your niche. And sometimes that means just watching some videos or reading some informative content about your niche, looking at other things that are happening out there beside yourself. Get outside of your own box. Get outside of your own worries of got to make money, got to make money, got to make money. Well, how do we do that? We get involved with our industry. And this is one of the ways. Get out there, find something you like to watch on YouTube that has some kind of relation to your industry. Okay? Find people who do reviews or share information related to your products. Okay, so if you have water fountains, then find somebody who talks about gardening or yard work or DIY home projects or anything like that. Okay, search for a product keyword and the word reviews or review. Okay, and I'll show you that in just a moment here. Create a list of channels you wish would promote you. Find their social sites, subscribe and follow, interact, contact, ask for a review. This is not a fast process. Okay, this is going to be something that is going to take a long time. It's going to be weeks or months before you start actually contacting these people. Okay, because we've got to go through all of these steps. And then for those who say, yeah, I'll review a product and share your website, we're going to send them a product to review. So you're actually going to buy a product, buy one of your products from your supplier, and send it to them. Send them a free product. Okay. Uh, let's go look at. So I've showed you a little bit of the value to it, so you can see that it definitely does bring value. So let's go through this process a little bit. We have, let's see. I thought I saw somebody else there that I wanted to capture. Let's go look at this guy. Or was that? Oh, that is okay. He is a new one. I'm sorry. Okay, so here he's talking about he's talking about what he's going to share and what he's going to discuss. It sounds like he's a woodworker, and so he's got a nice little bushcraft knife there uh, that he's showing us, and he's talking about, well, what's best for wood cutting. And then he talks about the different grinds. So what I want to find out is, he's got a lot of subscribers, okay, and that's something we want to look at here. Let's do a sub note here. Look for active YouTube channels. Look for high subscribers, sometimes referred to as subs. Are they relevant to your niche? Do they share review type videos? So those are some of the things we want to look for before we decide to put them on our list. Okay, and once we see, if they're active, yes, they're active. Okay, that's a yes. We put them on the list. Do they have high subscribers? What's high? Well, I would say, and let's do another sub on this. I would say, and this is going to be subjective. It took me a while to find that word in my brain. It's going to be subjective. What you think of as valuable for a number of subscribers compared to what I think of might be a little bit different. Okay, so I would say preferably at least 5,000, but who knows? Maybe you find somebody out there who's really active and they're starting to grow, and they only have a couple thousand, but they're very very much related to your niche, and they would probably be very willing to share your content, talk about your site if they're young. Okay, so 5,000 to, well, let's say 500,000, 500,000. Okay, now the higher you get, the harder it's going to be to get them to pay attention to you, and the more you have to work at it, and the harder it's going to be to get them to want to take one of your products and share it. Okay, so again, you cannot, I can't stress enough, you cannot just go out there, build this list. Oh, there's 20 people I'd like to communicate with, and I'd love for them to share my product, and then just go to them and say, hey, I like your YouTube channel. Will you talk about my website and review one of my products? That's going to be an instant no, unless they're only a couple thousand subscribers. But to these big guys that have over 100,000 subscribers or upwards of 500,000, they're getting bombarded daily by people who want them to promote their product. So it's not going to work if we just jump in and say, hey, would you promote my product for me? So we have to take it a little bit at a time. Okay. All right. So first steps, let's go through this. Are they active YouTube? So we come in and click on their channel name, and usually you can see right here how active they are. So this one we can see absolutely he is active. 6 days ago he did one. 1 week ago he did another one. 1 week ago he did another one. So last week it looks like he did 3 videos. So he's doing videos pretty consistently. If we come in and click on this, we can see even more about that and see the videos that he's done. So 3 1 week ago, 1 2 weeks ago, 1 3 weeks ago, 1 two of them 1 month ago, 1 2 3 of them 2 months ago, and 2 of them 3 months ago. So part of what I'm looking at here is to see how consistent he is. 2 of them in that month, 1 in that month, 2 in this month, 3 in that month. 8 months ago he did 1, 10 months ago he did 2, 11 months ago he did 3, 4. And so he's been fairly consistent. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at, so he is active. He does have high subscribers. Are they relevant? Yes, indeed. This guy is talking about hunting and knives. Look at that. You know, he's showing all these knives. He's showing a strop here. He's talking about hunting knives down here. He's talking about deer hunting knives right here. Deer hunting knives again. Deer hunting knives. So he is definitely talking to my audience. Okay, he's discussing knives. So he's going to talk about sharpening knives at times. And here he's talking about the hand sharpening. So if he's talking about hand sharpening, then he's probably one of those guys that likes to discuss that. I don't know how interested he's going to be in a guided sharpening system, you know, that takes away from that doing it by hand. But I think he's worth looking at. So I'm going to subscribe to him. So that's easy for me to go in and find my subscriptions to see people that I've subscribed to. So then I can go back and follow up. I am also going to take his name and put it on my list of contacts right here. So his name, how many subscribers does he have? 45,300. Whoops. I'm not going to worry about an exact number necessarily there. And then copy a link to his YouTube channel so that I have that there. Okay. And so he's another one that I want to contact. So I've got him on my list. What's the next thing we need to look at? So we've got all of those are yeses. So definitely somebody I want to work with. Find their social sites. Okay. So we go in here to the About Us page. I'll put that in this note right here. YouTube About page. And does he have any other social activity here? I'm seeing he's got Google+. That's all. I am a deer hunter in Japan. We can hunt deer limitlessly here. I regularly do quick field dressing, so I am interested in good hunting knives, especially in zero secondary edged, convex, and Scandi grind. So he's talking a little bit about who he is and what he does. When did he start? Back in 2008. So he's been around for 8 years doing YouTube videos. I could send a message. I can come right here and click this, and sometimes they have a little captcha you have to fill out. Other times they don't, so I could send a message there. I really don't want to do that just yet, though. I've just found his site. He doesn't know who I am. I might want to click on his, I do want to click on his social sites. So I come in here to the, okay, come on, Google+. Come into his Google+ page and see if he has anything there. He does not have any content here. Oh, there we go. We do have a public post that somebody has commented on. He's got 6 comments on this image here. Virtuo Vice. What are the comments? We could read that and see what people are saying. It's really nice to find someone like myself with such a passion for a daily sharp edge. Excellent. So his audience are people that like knives, right? Spent several deployments in Japan and found you due to your like of convex edge geometry. Waco, can you put the more Pro Robust on your X-ray machine? And so these are just comments that they've sent publicly to him, okay? And he's only got 452 followers, so he's not active on this social outlet. So this particular channel, the only way I'm going to be able to communicate with him is through this message. Before I do that, I want to go to his videos, watch the videos, pay attention to what he's talking about in there, and find some way to make a logical, relevant comment on his videos. And I don't want to do that once and then go and contact him and say, hey, I made a comment on your video. Will you help me? That's not the way we do this. We have to build a rapport. Okay, this is just like making friends, guys. If you want to make a new friend, if you want to meet new people, maybe you go to a local event or a club or something like that. Are we going to go up to a person? Maybe you're looking for somebody to date. Okay, so let's say we're looking for somebody to date. We go to a local get together or club or some kind of happening going on, and we walk in the door. We see a handsome or pretty person there that we think we might want to date, and we walk up to them and we say, "Hi, my name's Mike. Would you like to go out on a date?" That's not quite the way we do it, is it? We have to first create a bit of rapport. We have to go up and join a conversation, start talking a little bit with the person. We got to do the same thing on here, guys. If we're going to network with these people, we have to get involved. Now, I know that some of you watching this or listening today, you're introverts. It's not in your comfort zone to network, to sell people, to talk to people. Get over it. Okay? Get over it, because you have chosen to be a business owner. If you're going to be a business owner, you've got to put yourself out there. You have got to be willing to put yourself out there. That's what business is all about. Okay? Walmart didn't build their business because they wanted to be shy and they were unwilling to go out and talk to people. Dell Computers didn't build that business. LL Bean, Cabela's, none of these big names built their business by being shy and not being willing to step out of their comfort zone. Every single business that is successful today that you know the name of got that way because they took risks. They stepped out of the box. They stepped out of their comfort zone. They went out and took a risk. This is a small risk that needs to be taken. You've got to put yourself out there, and we've got to start interacting, becoming social. Okay? All right. Let's talk a little bit more about finding other channels. You might notice here while we're looking at this guy's About page that over here on the side, YouTube's being real nice to us and giving us a list of related channels. Okay? And so we can just start going down through this list. And I'm telling you guys, you can do this all day long. I did, I have done often. And so this is what you want to do. So we come in here, we click on this one. And remember, we did an initial search before to find the first guy. Excuse me. So we could go and do that as well. And we can do other searches to go out and find other people. Now, I don't know where this guy is from. Looks like that's kanji, so he might be in Japan, and he's talking to the Japanese audience. It looks like, because that's not English, and so yeah, I don't know if I want to communicate, to contact him or not. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, he's got subscribers. If I watch one of his videos, I guess I could find out if he speaks English or if he's speaking in Japanese. So let's pull that up and turn the sound back on. Okay, and he's talking in Japanese. Okay, so if I wanted to market my product to Japan, then he could be a good contact for me to look at. I do have people I've sold to in Japan. There probably is some interest, so I might go ahead and contact him. So I'm going to put him in my list. Whoops. He's got 50,000 subscribers. Hopefully he speaks English. All right. Channel, take that, and we'll put it in the list. Okay. Does he have any social sites? It's the next thing we need to look at, right? Go to the About. And I see a Google Plus and I see YouTube. That's it. So again, not a lot there. I've got this message option that I can send, and then look at this. We've got other channels here, including this hunting gear. Well, that's in English at least, so let's try that and see who this guy is. So as I said before, you can do this all day long, guys. We can go in here and just keep finding people and keep doing this. And that's what you want to do initially. We've got to do a lot of research. So find his videos. Again, this one is, he's doing a lot of Japanese videos 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. So he's definitely a hunter. He's definitely interested in knives, and that's my audience for my particular product. So it might be somebody to look at, but again, he's not really my primary audience. He's not in the U.S. So I'm going to back up here, and I'm going to go back to this guy right here. What about this Dutch Bushcraft Knives? I'm already subscribed to them. Do I have that 23 hours ago? So they're active. 23 hours ago, 1 week ago, 2 weeks. So I know they're active with things. So that those guys might be possible. 50,000 subscribers. Says Dutch Bushcraft Knives. So I don't know if that's a brand or if this is if they're in if they speak Dutch and they're over in Europe somewhere. I'm not sure. I'd have to research it. Do I have them on my list already? I don't know. Let's check. Doesn't look like I do. So I'm going to put them in there because there's somebody who might be relevant to me. And I'm going to have to go back and check this later to see, how relevant they are and if I really want to work with them. They've got Instagram, they've got Google Plus, they've got Facebook, and they've got a clothing outlet. Looks like a web store maybe. So they're more active than those I've seen so far. We go to the About page. We can see their About information. We take you with us on our journey to find the perfect gear and skills to survive the wild. Well, that sounds good to me. If they're looking for the perfect gear, then there's somebody that reviews gear, right? With our weekly videos, we share our experience about high-quality knives, gear, and bushcraft skills presented in a unique way. Two best friends who share a great passion for nature. With our videos, we like to educate, entertain, but also learn from our viewers. So fantastic. We've got some social sites here. This is a good one that we could definitely work with. Okay. So I'm going to copy their Facebook link. I'm going to go back over here and we'll put that right in there. I didn't get their channel link yet. We'll do their About page and put that there. Okay. All right. How long do we do this? How much effort do we put in it? What's next? Well, what I would say, and this is something I pulled from a blog post I saw on how to be successful on Kickstarter. And I thought, a lot of this can apply to what I'm teaching my clients with website work too. And so what you do is you go out and you spend a couple hours 1 week doing this research, and you gather 20, 24 names and links. Okay. And then once you've got all of those and you've vetted them and you decided, yeah, they're good to work with, you've spent some time on that, well, then you get all their social information. Okay. And then what do? We do it again. And then we do it again. And then we do it again. If you want to build your business, if you want to get a lot of people talking about you, we've got to work it hard. So we're going to do this over and over and over, and we're going to build this list as big as we can to find as many possible people as we can. Now, as we're building the list, we're going to go ahead and start contacting them. We're going to send them some products when they are interested in our products. We're going to start interacting with them. So I mentioned the interaction. So you come in, you look at a video that you might be interested in, that you want to watch, the knife of my dreams. Okay, well, let's look at that. And we're going to watch this video and spend, let's see, how much time is that video? 8 minutes. So we've got an 8-minute video here. Let's watch the video. Okay. they've got some pretty good videography going on here. They do a good job getting this started. The knife of my dreams. They're dreaming, right? Wonderful. Great take on things, right? Really cool. So they're having fun with it. Great video. I mean, that I might just go in and say, "Holy cow, you guys do awesome videos. Love your stuff. Keep it up." And I mean, already I can see that these guys are entertaining. I can enjoy watching their videos because they're not just, "Hey guys, here's a knife. Here's what I like about it. Here's what I don't." They're being entertainers, and people like that, and they're going to grow that audience, and they're going to have a lot more happening on their site, and so that's a great thing for me to see. Okay, so wonderful. Let's go in. We'll watch the video. We'll talk about it. We'll say what we think. Maybe somebody will talk about, make comments in here, and we'll want to reply to some of those comments. I get y'all's humor, but the real serious bushcrafter guys, they don't get y'all at all. I see two dudes that know your craft very well and love knives. Never change what you do. Yeah, y'all are funny as hell and very informative. All right, and I'm not going to look at all the comments because you'll find some. There's interesting people out there on YouTube, and some of them get vulgar. But anyway, you communicate, you interact with them a bit. How often? Well, back to what I said before. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Often. Preferably, you want to make comments on their videos until they reply to one of your comments. Then you know they're noticing you. They've taken notice, okay? Then we want to do the same thing on their other channels, on their social channels. So we'll go to their Facebook page. And now remember, you're going to subscribe to their channel on YouTube. We're going to come to their Facebook page. We're going to like their Facebook page, okay? And this is another way to find other channels, by the way. Once we've liked it, Facebook says, "Hey, more pages you may like." And we hover over this, and we can see a little bit about their channel. They've got 347 likes, not huge, nothing great. Bushcraft Norway has 1,000 likes. These guys have 1,093, and so we can look at this and find some other people that might be interesting to us. Okay. How many likes do these guys have? 442 like this. So they only have 442 likes on their Facebook, but they've got 50,000 views on their YouTube videos. Well, some of these guys down here where they only have 421 likes, they might have a YouTube channel. Okay. So you've probably heard the phrase "going down the rabbit hole," and that comes to mind right now with me. We're going down all these different paths. One leads to another. Where did I start all this? Well, earlier today, I did a search on YouTube to find out about Scandi grinds and knife grinds, and get some information of what people are sharing about knife grinds. That's what I was looking for. And I found a guy that shared some information. I liked his stuff, liked his channel. I subscribed to it. I thought he might be somebody I'd like to look at. Let's go to his About page. And then I saw the other ones, right? And we saw on the About page, we saw the related channels or recommended and all that. And so we started going down. And so down the rabbit hole we go, following these breadcrumbs, finding other possible options and channels. And then we go to their social pages and we find some other possible channels. The possibilities are endless, guys. The possibilities are literally endless. There are so many options, and there's always something new coming up. And many of these people want the products that you have, want to review your products, and want to share your website, your domain name with other people. Okay. One thing I'll caution you on as you get out here is watch several of their videos so that you can see how they talk about it, how honest they are. Some channels out there are just there to bash products, and all they do is look at a product and tear it apart. That's not what we want. We want to find channels who give positive remarks, positive information about what they like, but recognize that they are going to be honest about it usually too. And so there may be a little bit of good and bad. Okay. And so you have to recognize that, and when you choose the ones you're going to communicate with, if somebody says, "Yeah, I'll review your product," well, go back and before you send it to them, look at their channel, watch several of their videos. How do they act? Do they seem like a decent person? Are they trying to promote and discuss the products? Are they talking more about the positives than the negatives? Um, get as much info as you can, and when you feel comfortable that yes, this is a person I want to talk about my website, get it out there. No matter what, guys, if they do a video on one of your products and they put a link to your website, you've got a link from YouTube to your site, and that's powerful, especially if they have a big channel, and especially when they grow bigger over time. Okay, so huge benefits here from YouTube, and I got to sign back in so that I can look at my notes that I wanted to look at here. All right, so you find their social sites, subscribe to their social sites and follow, interact with them often, contact them. Let's do a subnote on that one, and we'll finish up this webinar. Only after weeks or even months of consistent interaction. Okay. Again, this is not going to be something that is going to be a quick thing that's going to bring quick results, but most marketing isn't. We're in this for the long haul. We're in this to build a long-term business, right? Only after weeks of interaction do we contact them. Preferably after they have responded to some of our communication slash comments. Okay. Ask them to review your product and then send them a product. That's the path. So from start to finish, I would say this needs to take at least a month to do this. And then we're going to do it again and again and again. If you go back and look at my stats again, let's look at 12 weeks of stats. Let's go back a little more. Let's look at 6 months of stats. So we can see a lot that I did last year that I had spikes as well. We see a few little spikes right here. And so every time I do one of these things where I've networked with somebody, where I've talked to somebody, this stuff here is probably from my Kickstarter actually, but everything I'm doing to market, boom, I've got a spike, I've got a spike, I've got a spike. Okay, some of these smaller spikes are just from me doing giveaways on Facebook or interacting with my audience on Facebook and other social activities that we're going to discuss in other webinars. But it works, guys. It works. You get sales from it. It's a valuable thing for you. Don't expect anything to happen quickly or immediate, but build it, work it, and you will get some great results. YouTube is one of the most fantastic opportunities out there. I highly recommend that you leverage this, find a way to make this a part of your business. Okay. So I thank you all for joining today. I hope you appreciate the content in the webinar material. Now get out there and put it into practice. Your assignments from this webinar, what you should be doing is this list right here. If you're watching this as a recorded version, you can pause it and view that list, and I will blow that up for you right here. So let's go in and just make that a little bigger so that you can see those notes. And if you want to write that down, you can. So watch a lot of YouTube is the first one, and then we're going to have to shrink that a little bit so that'll stand up or work. There we go. Okay, there we go. So if you're watching this on the recording, pause that, make note of that, or like I say, I'll have it uploaded to the live webinar, so you'll have it there as well.